All right, folks, welcome back to Kings of Opinion. We've been on a little hiatus for the last couple weeks. This is episode 118, and you got me and the Wanderer. Say hello, Wanderer.
Yes, I've been away for a little bit, but glad to be back in action.
Yes, it's good, because we got a lot to talk about. And I don't know, where do you want to start off with today? Football, baseball?
I feel like maybe baseball, since it's the, last week of the season, before the postseason. A lot of things going on locally, so maybe start there.
Absolutely, let's do it. So, all right, before we get into it, like you said, last week of baseball, there's a lot of crazy things going on for the last week of baseball.
Yeah.
I can't remember it being this crazy in a little while. Last year the Mets snuck in on the last day, but I think besides that, I don't remember anything happening. So let's just break it down. We'll start with the National League. So you got the Mets, as of yesterday, were out of the playoffs. Now they're back in the playoffs with a one-game lead,
Yes.
right?
Yep.
You have the division leaders as the Brewers, Phillies. They both clinched the division. They're good. The Dodgers right now own the West, but haven't clinched yet because the Padres are like a game or a game and a half away from them.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, I thought LA was further ahead. But...
Game and a half. So that's in itself a little crazy,
Yeah.
Especially thinking that the Dodgers spent all this money,
Right.
and they don't even have 90 wins yet. They have the same record as the Yankees, actually. Nope, the Yankees are one game better than them.
Wow.
And in the playoffs, you got the Cubs. They have the top spot. Then you have the Padres. They both clinched. And the Cubs clinched the wild card.
Top wild card.
Correct. Well, no, they clinched the wild card. They didn't clinch the top one yet because
Oh.
they're only a game and a half ahead of the Padres.
Oh, okay.
And or
Scenarios.
there's all these different scenarios. We're not gonna get into all of them. My major concern right now to talk about is the last wild card spot, which is what the Mets hold right now. They have a game over the Diamondbacks and the Reds. However, the Diamondback and the Reds hold the tiebreaker against the Mets. So you could see how this weekend, or this week I should, the rest of this week and the weekend is huge for the Mets to play at least winning baseball
At least.
at this point. So there's 5 games left. I would say if you went 3-2, it's tight, but you got the game lead. So right now, 4-1 would be great. 3-2, I think it depends what the other teams do, obviously.
Right.
So how do you feel about it going into this week right now?
Listen, it's unfortunate that, they've kind of collapsed a bit. They've been losing a lot, but, they still have a chance. Even yesterday, I was a little skeptical because I think when I went to bed, they were losing.
They were losing bad.
At that point. But, you still got games left. You still got ammo. Hopefully, they can put it together for this little 5-game stretch. And, maybe try and catch some of that magic that they had last year,
Absolutely. So
I also think, maybe the expectations affected them somewhat this year. But either way, they should make it. If they don't, it's pretty epic collapse.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the Mets wind up playing the Cubbies yesterday, and when I saw the score and they were losing, I think it was 5-1, maybe 6-1 at some point, and I was flipping back and forth, and I stopped flipping back and forth because I was watching the Yankee game was too close for comfort, and we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But all of a sudden, I see that the Mets wind up winning the game. I was like, this is crazy. I was like, I wonder if they won in the last inning because they haven't done that all year.
Right.
Unfortunately, they didn't. They did it earlier in the game. I think it was the 7th, maybe the 6th, 7th inning when they finally broke through.
Right.
But great come from behind win for them. Alvarez had a big time home run to cement that.
Nimmo too. Right?
Yeah, Nimmo had a 3-run homer. So that's kind of crazy. And, like we said, they're one game up. The problem with these tiebreakers are, so I know the Mets play the Cubbies, and then they play the Marlins, right? So good and bad, right?
Didn't help themselves with losing 2 or 3 to Washington. So.
No, and you know what? The Cubs are no easy task to win either. So they got a little bit of an uphill battle, and the Marlins always play them tough for whatever reason.
Right, and the Reds are playing the Pirates, so you know.
And then I don't know who they play next. So I was trying to look at it while you were talking.
Brewers, maybe?
And I don't see them anywhere on here. Oh, you got it. Thank you. You're 100% right.
Thank you.
So with the Reds, too, they play Milwaukee, which, are they going to play all their guys?
Right.
You know,
They already clinched, right?
yeah, they clinched everything. They're good to go. Like, the only thing they really have to do is, if they want to win 100 games, they got to win, the next 5 games.
Okay.
If they don't really care about that, they could rest their guys, set their stuff up, because they're good. And they're locked into pretty much everything. Like, they got the top seed, all this good stuff. So, how does Milwaukee play Cincinnati? So you worry about that. The Cincinnati lost yesterday to the Pirates, which is why the Mets are in this position.
Right.
And the Diamondbacks won yesterday, but they were still a game back anyway. So it's kind of tough. And I think the Diamondbacks have the hardest schedule. They play the Dodgers 3 and then the Padres 3.
Yeah, it's tough.
And those two guys are both battling for the West, like we just said.
Yeah.
So, on that kind of front, it's this whole thing might be wild. Yeah, and wide open for sure. Then we go, now let's swing over to the American League side of things, which is, I don't think as crazy, but there's a couple little things like brewing depending on what happens the next day or two. So last night, like I said, the Yankees were playing the White Sox, and they wind up winning in their half of the bottom of the ninth. And, they won in somewhat wild fashion. They tied the game on a wild pitch. Volpe scores, and then Caballero hits like a little dunking pop-up to center field, which just dunked in, which I found it weird. I was watching the game, and I missed the hit at first, and then I rewound it because I caught it last minute. Because the Yankees were losing for like a couple innings. I think they gave up the lead in like the 5th or maybe even the 6th. So I rewound it, and you see the little pop-up, and I think the center fielder had a chance to like dive and make the catch. He just didn't. And then once he didn't, Judge scored easily because it was 2 outs and he was running on the pitch. And they won. And that was Caballero's first walk-off hit of his career, which was nice to see everyone celebrating. They've officially made the postseason. But then you flip it on its side, and you see that the Red Sox, who are playing Toronto the next couple of days, wind up beating the Red Sox beat the Blue Jays yesterday. So now the Yankees, when they were 2 games back, now are 1 game back.
Wow.
They're still technically really 2 games back because the Blue Jays own a tiebreaker. So that kind of sucks. So we need more help from our other rivals, the Red Sox. And Crochet's pitching on the mound tonight. So I'm a big fan for him tonight to just shut down the Blue Jays, even though they're very pesky. And what I find weird about the American League is yesterday Detroit played Cleveland with the Central on the line. Cleveland wound up winning, and they have the tiebreaker. So now they're leading the Central Division. They play themselves 2 more times before the weekend as well. So depending on how that breaks out the next 2 days, that could be a battle. Detroit's kind of in Yankees position where they have to keep they have to win the next 2 days and then keep that division, because if they tie at the end of the weekend, Cleveland will get the Central, and then we don't know what happens to Detroit depending on I guess a slew of other things. What happens with the Red Sox? What happens with the Yankees and Blue Jays?
It's a tight race all around, though.
Yeah, what happens with Seattle and Houston? Right now, Houston's lost 4 games in a row. Seattle actually has the West right now, so that's kind of wild. They have the exact same record pretty much as the Yankees. They're actually just 1 game behind. So that could be a thing too, depending on if we leapfrog over the Blue Jays. Do we leapfrog over the Mariners? Because they're pretty hot as well. Yeah. They're 9-1 in their last 10 games, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they won 10 in a row. Just recently lost a game. But yeah, it's kind of wild right now, this whole MLB last week. I can't remember it being so crazy and so many different things happening.
Yeah, for sure.
Are you going to be watching your Mets tonight and like rooting them on, or what are we doing?
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably watch a little bit, but yeah, you know me, I'm the early bird.
I hear you, and you got to make sure you get up early to do everything that you got to do in the morning because you're up before the sun rises.
Yeah.
I sometimes feel like you own a farm and you just don't tell us, and you're out there,
Not yet.
getting the eggs and milking the cows and whatever else farmers do. But I'm going to be actually try to watch both these games tonight and see what's going on because for the Mets side of things, they've been god awful since June.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, I remember last year the Yankees were like limping to the finish line and then made their run to the World Series, and then we all know how that went. But the Yankees actually been in the last 40 games. I want to say they have the best record in baseball in the last 40 or so games. If they don't, it's really close because at one point they were. I don't know, like they haven't lost too many games, which is good. A lot of guys have been starting to hit, which is great. Ben Rice has been amazing for the most part this year. He's probably the unluckiest guy in baseball this year. The way he hits the ball, the hard hit rate and all that other nonsense that I hate to talk about, but it suggests he should be hitting close to 300. He's around a 250 something hitter. So I pretty much think he's the unluckiest guy. Like guys are just catching his balls all over the place, just hitting it right directly at people. But showing good signs. I'm only a little nervous about the bullpen. I know you share the same feeling for the Mets.
Oh yeah.
But hopefully the Mets and Yankees can make it, and they got little ambitions. Well, I'm really more talking about on the Yankee side, the division. I really, really like them to take the division.
Yeah, especially when you got a shot at it. Why not?
Yeah, and just play hard the whole way through. Don't worry about
don't let up.
Yeah, setting up this guy and that guy. Just go all the way to the end and see what happens because a lot of time, more often than not, and Boone always does this, no matter what is going on, whether he has a division or someone's close to him, he still likes to set up his guys and rest these certain guys. It's a long season. You got here. Go for the division. If you get the division and you win however many games you win to get the division, because it's weird depending on what happens, but you get, almost a week off. I think you get 4 or 5 days. So you could rest your guys. So let that be light a fire under these guys' ass and just win every one of these games. If they do, I can almost guarantee you at this point, Toronto will lose 2 of those games to let you steal the division. Win every one of these games. Don't slack like that. I'm not to say that they slacked yesterday, but they're playing the White Sox. You got to get more than one run against their starter.
Right.
That guy Smith is actually a pretty decent pitcher, but come on. These guys are playing to just beat you, just to mess your shit up. Go out there and get the win. Happy they got their win. But yeah, and same thing for the Mets. The Mets are fighting for the last wild card spot. Go and get it. I'm not saying they don't play hard, but do what you got to do. Don't make stupid mistakes. I saw Juan Soto misread a fly ball. I think it was yesterday. Yeah, because it was at Wrigley, so it was yesterday, and he looked terrible. I'm not to say he's a terrible fielder, but be at the top of your. Now is when you got to be at the top of your game, especially the Mets. Things can turn on a dime and you could be out of the playoffs, and then everyone's gonna be bitching and moaning the whole rest of the year until we start up again in February. And not that I don't mind hearing it because I'm not a Met fan, but please, with all the money Uncle Cohen spent, get into the playoffs and then do your thing. For them, I feel like, and I don't know, maybe you know better than me, their biggest worry is going to be their starting pitching because it hasn't been doing that well.
No, it hasn't. So, I guess maybe if they are able to get in, you lean on the young guys. I don't know. We'll see.
As of right now, I would just go with whoever's the hottest hand. If you pitch good your last start, you're gonna pitch in one of those 2 or 3 games.
Right.
I don't care who you are. What I would do, however, what I've been noticing that they have done already, which I still think they should do, in the first game, and call me crazy, I know McClellan's been really good or whatever, but I think I would go with like a Mania Holmes game one. I know they've done that. I think it's at least twice right now that I've noticed, where one of them would start, get gassed out by the fourth, the other guy would come in, and then you go to Diaz, in the ninth. Which Diaz yesterday pitched a 2 inning save, which was pretty good for him. I haven't seen him do that in a while, so that was good.
I think they did the reverse of that in the game that I went to.
Yeah?
Last week, yeah.
Will they do Mania first, then Holmes?
No, the other way around.
Holmes, Mania.
Yeah.
Well, either which way, however you want to do it, I would do that kind of game one.
So
Yeah. I just would want some experience for game one. I know Mania has it from last year. I know Clay Holmes did not start last year, but he was in the playoffs, which is good. I don't know if I would trust any of these rookies going into game one on the road to deal with it. I feel like if you could steal a game, it would be with your veterans, so you do that, and then it eases one of your rookies for the next game, and then you go from there. Right. I would pitch my next best rookie, which would be what's his name, McLean.
Yeah.
Pitch him in game two, hopefully just to go 2 and out and go on to the next round. If by any chance you don't, you have is it Sloan? Who's their other guy? I know it's Tong and somebody else.
Oh yeah, Sprout or so,
Sprout, something like that.
I forget how you.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I forget the guy's name, to be honest.
Yeah, me too. It escapes me now, but do something, and you gotta at this time of the year. I feel like you gotta go with guts, and you gotta get crafty. So like, however you get a win, you get a win. It doesn't matter. You're one game closer to finishing the wild card or the division or the NLCS or ALCS, and then the World Series. Just get wins any way you can. But yeah, that's what I got for baseball right now. But what I did want to talk about, I don't know if you listen to the Sports Talk Radio or see clips on anything, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, any of that nonsense. But this Cal Riley and Aaron Judge MVP debate, I don't want to speak forever on this, and maybe I'm, impartial. No, well, I guess I'd be partial, right? Because I think Aaron Judge is better. Right. I get the whole, gimmick. Cal Riley's a catcher. He's played, if he plays the rest of the games this year, he's played in 159 games. Whatever. And he's hit 58 home runs. He has a chance of hitting 60. Technically, even 62 or 3, whatever. But unless he does that and breaks the record, I don't see him as my MVP. The only reason why is I remember in 2017, there was a young man that came up in the New York system named Aaron Judge. And he hit 52 home runs, set the record until 2 years later or maybe a year later, whenever Alonso came up, and then broke the record for home runs by a rookie. And he had the RBIs and whatever other stats he had. But Altuve won the MVP with the higher batting average, the higher on-base percentage, this, that, and the other, and they gave it to Altuve. Now, people, I guess, forgot that happened. And I'm not even saying if you did research, maybe there's other times that also happened. But my point is, as not so long ago, you were picking batting average. But now because you got a Kyle Riley and he's got a cool nickname and he plays for Seattle and they're doing well, you're going to give it to this guy because he has, as of right now, he has 9 more home runs than Aaron Judge, and he has, I think, 15 or so RBIs more. And that's it. That's all he's beating Judge by. Everything else, Judge is crushing him on. He's got 80 points on the batting average. He's got 170-something points on the slugging plus the OPS. And slugging, he beats him by 70. Everything, he's crushing him in. And granted, Judge also didn't play 10 games. Would that affect him negatively or positively? To me, because he got hurt and he was on such a tear, I feel like that affected Judge negatively, where he could have been, if not close to Kyle Riley or closer to Kyle Riley, he might have been past Kyle Riley because that injury on his elbow set him back for at least a whole month. He was only out for 10 days and then he was DHing. But if anyone watched him after he came back, you could tell
he was compromised.
He was so compromised. He wasn't swinging at full strength, so he wasn't really hitting. Now you could tell he's, I would like to think, 100% healthy because he's hitting for He's been getting base hits, doubles, home runs. He's been doing all this other stuff that he was doing before he got hurt. So if you take that into effect, I don't know how these guys vote, but I would take that as a negative to him. And the fact that he's still, I mean, knock on wood, he's going to have over 50 RBI, home runs.
Right.
Because he's only one away from 50. That's going to be the fourth time in his career that he's done that. And I think it's 4 out of 8 seasons. That's amazing. And that's to say, also, let's not forget that he's been hurt multiple years where he's missed a lot of games.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Has nothing to do with this year. I'm just saying, to speak to his legendary status,
Right.
like, you should be giving him the MVP. Because if you voted for Altuve in 2017, you should be voting for Judge this year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly. If that's the way it's calculated,
Yeah.
let's keep it consistent.
Right. You speak so much better words than I do all the time.
Thank you.
I love your vocabulary because I don't have it. I'm just saying dumb stuff. But, you know, at least be fair to Aaron Judge. Like, you know what I mean? And a lot of times the Yankees get snubbed on a lot of awards because they're the Yankees and no one ever really likes the Yankees. But you got to give a credit to a player when he's having a really good season. It could have been even better before he got hurt, but those things happen. Whatever. But that's all I wanted to say about that. Right now, did you see that? The guy Fry from Cleveland got hit in the face by Strubal's fastball. I don't know how it happened. I wish I could. I'm gonna rewind it for you real quick because we can. No one else is gonna get to see it, but everyone else at home, you could just Google it. Check this out because this is crazy. I don't know how this happens when you're bunting, but
Oh my goodness.
it looks like the ball
Right,
just
kisser.
yeah, it just ran in on him, but he was squaring. I could see if you were trying to like do the squeeze bunt where like you just slap at it.
Yeah.
But he was square to it. You don't see the ball come into your face.
Yeah, like it seemed like his reaction time was
Slow.
definitely like, you know, or at least put the bat in front of your face or something.
But that's what I'm saying. The ball's coming literally right into your face. You
Right.
think you would see that
Right, you
and like try and like
get out of the way or
duck or put the bat
there
up.
or something.
Yeah, something. I don't know if it was 100 miles an hour or faster. Maybe that had something to do with it, or he froze. I don't know, but they say he's gonna feel better. In 6 to 8 weeks, he'll be completely healed. So hopefully, you know, it goes well for him. That's actually quite a blow
brutal. Yeah.
for Cleveland because he's a good player for them. And oh, look at this. Carlos Rodon got the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award. Or is he just a nominee? Oh, he gets a trophy just for being a nominee, I guess. Oh, that's nice. All right, so, yeah, I guess with that, I got no more other baseball news as far as that goes. Let's get to football real quick. I don't know if you watched any football on Sunday.
Yeah, I watched. The local action. I guess you could say. The Jets. They were getting outplayed early, but they came back a little bit in the second half. Unfortunately, came up a little short.
That's twice now.
I didn't really watch much of the Cowboys game, but I don't think I missed anything because they just got smoked pretty much.
You did not. Their defense is terrible.
And then, was there another game on at 1? Oh, yeah. Pittsburgh and New England. Not really that sexy. I think, who won?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Okay.
21-14.
New England was driving late, but I don't think they got it done.
They did not. So, yeah, you're spot on with pretty much everything you just said. The only thing I'd like to add is this is the second time in 3 games that somehow the Jets got the lead.
Oh,
and then
I also
blew it.
know the Packers lost because they knocked me out of the Survivor.
That they did. Seattle won. They were my survivor choice. So thank you, Seattle, for that. And I think they crushed whoever they were playing. I got to see. It's so quick to see these things sometimes. Seattle. Why don't I ever see that? Anyway, whatever. Why am I blanking? What is Seattle's? I'm missing things today left and right. I'm staring right at it and I don't see Seattle. Do you see Seattle on here? Anyway, the Jets, terrible way to lose again on another field goal.
No, I don't see it.
Baker Mayfield, for some weird reason. Yeah, I don't know why it's not on there.
That's odd.
Yeah.
Oh no, it was up top.
Oh, that's this week. That's what I'm doing. There
It's
you
the
go.
week ahead.
Yeah, I'm a week ahead. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, Seattle beat the Saints 44-13. I knew it was somebody they just crushed. But back to the Jets. They wind up blocking a kick, run it back for a touchdown. And
That was impressive, yeah.
Yeah, but it happened a lot this weekend. There was a bunch of teams that did that. Minnesota did it. A couple other teams.
Did the Eagles do it?
Yes. Well, the Eagles blocked a field goal.
Oh, field goal.
I don't think they ran it back. Maybe they did.
I think they
Oh,
did.
yes, you're right. They did do
Because
that.
it was at the end of the game.
Yes, that's the one. That's what
To win
gave
the game.
Yeah, to give them the big lead.
Dramatic fashion.
Yep. Yeah, because the field goal was gonna have the Rams win because they were up by
Yes.
1, and then they ran it back, and then they wound up being up by 8, and then that was the game.
Yeah. Impressive too, that big guy.
Yeah, and he was chugging. It was so crazy. Couple surprises for me. Panthers Falcons game, divisional game.
Panthers win that?
Yeah, 30-0.
30?
Yeah.
Wow.
Got shut out, the Falcons. And I'm like, what is going on there? Like you said, the Browns late comeback beat the Packers.
Another blocked field goal.
Yep.
Packers were up
10-0.
10-0 with like 2 minutes, I think.
That I'm going to trust you on. I know it was definitely late in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
I just don't remember if it was like 4 or 5 minutes or 2 minutes. But either which way, the Browns had no offense.
They threw a pick late, and then they blocked the field goal.
Unbelievable. Bengals look like doo-doo against the Vikings. Jake Brown, I think, threw 2 or 3 interceptions. I'm really worried about the Bengals. I'm not going to say I hate the Bengals. I like the Bengals because of Joe Burrow. Now that he's not there, and I'm going to Cincinnati to watch the Jets.
He got hurt, right?
Yeah, he's out for 3 months. I'm going to miss actually seeing Joe Burrow. And I don't know if I told everyone this, but a couple years ago I went to Vegas to see Aaron Rodgers play the Raiders.
And he got knocked out in the first game. Of the
Yep,
season.
and I did not get to see that either.
Huh.
So I'm going to be 1-2. Well, actually, I should just say 0-2 for wanting to go see somebody and them getting hurt and I'm not being able to see them.
That's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, and I'm very upset about it. And I don't know why the Bengals do this to us every year. They have a terrible defense. They don't even have an offensive line, and they expect Joe Burrow to stay healthy all the time when he's getting rocked all over the place.
It's tough.
Yeah, very tough. Let's go down. Our boy, or your boy, well, it's not really your boy, he's a Cowboy fan, but used to play him a lot. Danny Dimes is now Indiana Jones, and he won it again, so he's 3-0.
Yeah, they just keep rolling, yeah.
Yeah, they have a tough task this week, though, I think. We'll get into that in a second. But, yeah, Chargers still look good. They're still undefeated. They beat the Broncos 23-20. And, yeah, I mean, all the other games, the Chiefs versus the Giants, that was whatever.
That was Sunday night?
Sunday night game. It was...
Did you watch any of it?
Yeah, a little bit. I shut it off. It was boring. Like,
Nothing,
it was like 9-6 or something like that at the half.
Okay.
And I was just like, okay, I'm going to shut this off and watch regular
I
TV.
did see Jackson Dart will be starting this week.
Yeah, so, well, that loss a day or two ago, they said Jackson Dart will start for the Giants this year. And in week 4 against I think it's the Chargers.
Yes, that's correct.
Which is a tough task for the kid. Now, I'd have to believe that if you're going to start this kid, you believe in his moxie and like his presence. Because the only thing I would say is we don't know what's ever going on in these locker rooms.
Yeah.
And you don't want to ruin these young quarterbacks. Like
Right.
I can name you probably 5 New York Jet quarterbacks that we've done it to. The latest one being Zach Wilson, where maybe if he would have sat behind someone for a year and not just throw him right in the fire, maybe he would have been good.
Yeah.
Because if you look at the Geno Smiths, even Sam Darnold,
Right.
years later, they're
Success
actually
elsewhere.
they're actually pretty decent. I'm not gonna say they're fantastic, but they've had, especially Geno Smith, has held a job for 15 years almost now. So, I'm not gonna say I trust the Giants. I don't know much of the Giants as far as their locker room and their coaches.
Yeah.
Their coaches have done not a great job the last couple of years. But what I will say is, if they believe in like the practice and everything like that, and he shows that he's got that kind of grit to him, then just start him now, because the guys on the field that are playing and, you know, playing their hearts out, they at least want a chance to be competitive. I'm not even saying win. Just play some competitive football and give yourself a chance to win. You know what I mean?
Well, and Dable's probably on a short leash too, so I'm sure he's willing to try something new.
100%. You're 100% right. But I mean, that shouldn't be the only factor. Like, try to set this kid up for success, right? But yeah, the other last game of last week, which was really good that I watched, was the Lions-Ravens game. I didn't think the Lions had it in them.
Was that Monday night?
It was Monday night game to go to Baltimore and beat Baltimore.
Wow.
And they did it pretty convincingly.
Yeah.
Like, the Ravens got some last minute
and they bounced
jump.
back too, right? They lost. Was it week 1 or week 2?
Week 1 they lost. They won the last 2.
Okay.
Well, remember they played.
Bears they lost to?
No, they beat the Bears. Whoever they played week 1. Oh, the Packers. Packers killed them. Right. And then I guess this week we got tomorrow night. You got Seattle versus the Cardinals. My iPad died, so I don't have the full slate of games. I know the Jets play Miami in the Doo-Doo Bowl on Monday night. What else do we got? Sunday night I thought might have been a good game. I don't remember though. The Giants play the Chargers. The Lions play the Browns. That's a game I'm interested in seeing, because you got one of the best offenses versus one of the best defenses.
Yeah.
I don't know what else. I wish this didn't die on me, but yeah, I guess we're gonna have to just talk about the games next week. Everyone, good luck with your picks and your bets for this week. I think next week what we should do when we get Ernie back.
Oh yeah,
we haven't been doing that. I want to do something different since we missed the first basically 4 weeks. Maybe we do like certain bets that we really like for the week. Like we'll give out 1 or 2 and combine them together.
Got it.
And then see, like I'll even bet them and see if it hits the next week.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we'll talk to Ernie about that before the next show.
Okay.
Moving right along, what have you caught up on TV-wise? Anything?
Yeah. Let's see. Did I finish something before that? I'm trying to think.
I put your Institute show on my list.
Oh yeah.
But my list is large right now because all these new shows coming back.
Yeah.
How's Peacemaker?
Yeah, Peacemaker's great. I'm current with that. I think it's been like 4 episodes, maybe 4 or 5.
I think it's 5 because they've been talking about episode 6 being like a doozy of one, which is
That's the next one.
I think that's this. What is it on Sundays? When does it come out? Do you know?
Thursday.
So it might be tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's Thursday. It could be Friday. I'm pretty sure it's Thursday.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm current with that. I caught up with Alien Earth. Awesome. Really, really.
Did you like episode 5?
Oh yeah, episode. It's funny too because as it progressed, I'm like, of course they're gonna do an episode that shows what happened before the ship. Well, they do show in the first episode before the ship crashes, but what happened, for things to get, before things went
haywire
south. Let's just say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was a great episode, and then even the ones after that, I've enjoyed.
Yes.
How many episodes is it? 8.
8.
So there's only one left.
The one was yesterday.
Yesterday.
So like we'll be able to wrap up the whole show next week, which is great.
Yeah, but I just it's just well done. I would imagine they're going to do another season of it, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, they haven't come out with it yet.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they will.
Yeah.
Because it to me, it seems like a hit. Everyone's praising it. So.
Yeah.
And, it started off a little slow, but I got it.
Right.
And, I kind of want to, in all honesty, I want to rewatch the whole thing and binge it because I think I'm missing some stuff that I wouldn't have normally missed if I was just binge watching it.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? Because maybe it might be my attention span. Maybe it's I'm, eating dinner or whatever I'm doing. I'm missing key things. But still, to me, the show is amazing. It took off, and there's action in it, and I can't wait to see what the finale is because I almost think they're going to leave it on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And as they should, if you have a story for second season,
Right.
then just have a cliffhanger. I don't mind waiting the year.
Mm-hmm.
Hulu's pretty good with it just being every year. They don't make you wait too much
Right.
for it. So I'm good with that.
Yeah. And what was I going to say? What else? Just to touch on that too, like, I think another thing that's great about it is how, when you think about the Alien franchise, it's like the xenomorph, it's a terrifying creature. But in this one, there's like all these different aliens.
I know, it's
and
crazy.
They're all equally terrifying.
Yes.
Like the eyeball is like, the eyeball might be the scariest thing.
It's like an octopus that
right.
just goes into your eye.
Because it's like the smartest, it seems that way. And then you have the other things that just like spit acid or whatever.
And melts you, yeah.
And of course you can't forget the face hugger. That's always, I guess that's a xenomorph. But,
Well,
it's
it's
cool
like
that they have all these different monsters as they call them.
I agree with you. I thought that was the coolest thing so far I've seen. One of the best scenes, and I'm sorry if you haven't watched it yet, shame on you for not even trying to watch it yet, but the scene where the octopus eye thing goes into the human and fights the xenomorph.
Oh, right, yeah.
That was insane to me.
Yeah.
I mean, he got destroyed because he was just a human, but
right.
Imagine that going into a different alien, or like the Prometheus guy.
Right.
That would be some battle.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think this movie takes place before, no, it definitely does. It takes place before the original Alien.
Okay.
But it's after Covenant or Prometheus Covenant, and then it's this show.
I see.
So like you could do some funky stuff if you really wanted to
Oh, yeah.
with this stuff moving forward, and just instead of making movies anymore, just make this TV show
Right.
and whatever. But you're right, all these different aliens, you're like, what? It's just they're in one room, caged up. You're like, when is this gonna go? And that was episode 5, I believe, is when everything went haywire.
Yeah.
And the coolest point, also so far as that.
Well, episode 6, I think, when they started getting out.
Okay. Whatever. Either which way, those episodes, like 5 on, are absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it
Keeps
just
going.
a lot of action.
Yeah, and now you got the alien loose on the island,
Right.
and she talks to it and like controls it, which is a
Yeah,
whole
that
whole
was
nother
interesting.
crazy story, right? But absolutely amazing. What else you got? Anything else you got?
Yeah, I'm wondering if I was watching something before Alien, but I think it might have been the Institute. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, the other thing I started was Task. I watched the first episode. It was
And?
good. It's good. I'm like maybe halfway into the second episode. There's only 3 episodes, so I know you like to build up a little bit.
Oh, for Task,
Yeah.
they only put 3. It's a Netflix show, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, it's HBO. You're right. My bad. So they'll have 3 so far.
Yeah, the
All right,
third
wait.
was this Sunday.
Okay, so we got
But yeah, it's good. I like it. And then I also watched, which I wanted to watch for a while, and I saw it came on HBO, a few weeks ago, Friendship with Paul Rudd and Tim Robbins. I'll just say this, it's very, very dark.
So you saw the movie?
Yeah.
I also saw the movie.
Oh, you saw it?
Yes.
Okay, you're probably the only person I know that's seen it.
Well, because I saw it on my Fire Stick, and I was like, "Oh, Paul Rudd, he's funny."
Right.
What a weird freaking movie, man.
Yeah, I like A24. They make some, interesting stuff. They take some chances, but I was like, after I watched it, I was like, wow. I would think like the average person is not gonna.
No, I agree with you,
But
and I didn't even think I liked it.
I enjoyed it because I'm a fan of both those guys, and I like weird stuff, but it was super dark. Like if you're looking for a laugh,
No.
you're probably not.
Well, I'll tell you this much.
But
Yeah.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I did. I think one of my favorite parts is when he trips out and he goes to Subway in his trip and he's all disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. Like he licked the toad. I'll tell you this much. It is dark. I don't know. To me, it had some funny moments in it. It had moments of being funny.
Right.
But I think that was only because of Paul Rudd. And that guy is like the living embodiment of the meme. That's how he got this stuff. That's that guy I didn't do shit meme.
Huh?
You ever see the guy where they all have all the memes of like whatever, and they make fun of like, let's say the Yankees, and they're like, I'm helping my team. I'm helping my team. That guy is the guy in the meme that says, I didn't do shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you just look him up, whatever his name is, memes.
He has a show on Netflix. What the hell is it called again? But I like him. He's funny. I can't. I'm embarrassed that I can't think of it right now.
It's okay.
I think you should leave. Is the name
Okay,
of the show.
so
It's like a sketch comedy.
So I'm thinking that this guy was a stand-up comedian, and he got caught, and they made a giant meme of him, and I've never really seen him in anything besides the memes.
Yeah.
And then I saw him in this movie. I was like, oh, let me give it a chance, whatever. Not to me, like I'd never watch it again. To be fair, I thought it was gonna be a funny movie. It was all over the place.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. I even said, I was like, I got to remember to talk about this. And when you said it, I went nuts. I was like, in my head, I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But yeah, crazy.
Definitely dark. He plays a great psychopath, I think, too.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, if you're into those guys, definitely watch the movie. You'll probably enjoy it. Otherwise, stay away from Friendship. I saw Nobody 2. Did you ever see Nobody 1 with the...
Yes, I like it with
the guy Better Call Saul. I don't know his name, but
I can't think.
don't even worry about it. But Nobody 2 is fantastic.
Nice.
The
first one was great. Yeah.
First one was amazing. This one was pretty good. I will say this. It's not a negative.
Bob Odenkirk.
There you go. It's not a negative comment as much, but I don't want it to be like Fast and the Furious. I would say if you're going to make a third movie, try to keep it as realistic as possible. Towards the end of the movie, they got a little
over the top.
Close. I would say like it's still somewhat believable. Like he was fighting, he had help, but I don't want to ruin the movie. If they try to updo the second one, I think the third one is going to go off the rails, and you're going to start seeing flying cars like in the Fast and the Furious and taking down, giant planes, submarine. Like the movie is good. Just leave it as it is. Like make it somewhat like a Jason Bourne kind of thing. And then just leave it at that. But a very entertaining, quick movie. It was like an hour and 40 minutes. It was awesome. Everyone that was in it was Christopher Lloyd was in it as his dad. I don't remember if he was in the first one, but great, great movie. What else do we got? I'm finishing Dexter. I'll be done with Dexter to the new season tomorrow.
Okay.
So as of right now, I'm like literally an episode away. Great season. I don't know if they're gonna have another one. I don't know what they're doing with him because I think the guy's name is Michael C. Hall.
Yeah.
Right. I don't think I've ever seen him in anything but Dexter. He might have been in some other stuff that like caught my eye or whatever. I just can't think of it right now. But he is Dexter. So if they're gonna keep doing Dexter, I think after this season, they got to think of other ways to do it. Like I liked when they did him as a younger kid, him learning how to be a serial killer against serial killers. And the young kid that played him, I thought was really good. I don't think that's coming back for a second season. But they got to figure something out because you can't keep doing the same thing with him just getting away with all this and people try to track him and they just don't succeed for one reason or another. If this is their last season, fine, so be it. Wrap it up in a bow. I don't know if that guy has any other jobs, so if they want to continue it, think of other ways to develop the character or do other things with the show, and it'll still be good because he's really good as Dexter.
I see.
So almost done with that. We talked about Alien Earth. I don't really think I saw anything else that's going off the top of my head.
No?
No, I don't think so. I could be wrong. I'm probably missing something, but I'll try to remember for next week. You have any music for us this week?
Yeah, just one pick as usual.
Well, as usual, lately.
As usual lately.
Thank you.
We're going to go with Deftones with Private Music. That's a new album. It's great. Check it out. That's the pick for this week.
Awesome. With that being said, everyone enjoy the rest of your week. Good luck to the Mets and Yankees, the Jets and the Giants, and the Cowboys. Maybe we'll have a lot more nice things to talk about next week. Hopefully, hopefully it'll be a good week for everybody.
See you in the next cartoon.
There we go. Enjoy your week, guys. Talk to you later.